All right, thank you very much. You're most welcome to the WMI Community Development Grants um, webinar, monthly webinar. And today we'll be talking about creating SMART goal, creating SMART goal. And we'll be looking much details why we need a SMART goal, why is SMART goal relevant, and the benefits of SMART goal, and some sample of how to create a SMART goal. My name is Bonnie Mark Alinga, the Community Development Grants Coordinator, and you're warmly welcome to this webinar. What is our learning content today? My learning content will be covering what are these SMART goals? What does it mean? Why use the SMART goal in your organization, in your business, in your projects or the initiative you would want to create? What are the benefits? How do you write them? And we'll be looking at some of the samples and doing some exercises together as we go through this webinar. I'd like to start with a quote from one of the former minister, the American minister, Norman Vincent Peale, who said, to experience the satisfaction and enjoyment of success in life, it's about having a definite goal, which is essential to getting you into that enjoyment. So one thing that gets us into that satisfaction of an enjoyment of success in life is the SMART goal. And if we have the SMART goal, we'll have the opportunity to look back and say, this was what I expected, and I have accomplished this much. So why do we have to use the SMART goal? One, the SMART goal states the desired future of the achievement that you and me in the organization wants to achieve. The SMART goals assist in being focused as you go through your programming and your systematic implementation of events. This assists you to remain focused on what you intend to achieve. SMART goal also helps you to define exactly what the future states look like and how it will be measured. Because you have to look at the metrics, you have to look at the yardsticks that you are going to use to ensure that your project or your goal or the plan or the work plan is achieving the realistic goal that you're setting forth for your initiative. And last but not least, SMART goal also shows you how others work to align themselves, keeping the focus and relation of the initiative in order. So it helps you to align this and relates with what your focus is all about. For example, if you are a dentist and you want to be a dental surgeon and you have enrolled for a dental school, your focus is to become a dentist, and everything that you're doing around your classwork is entirely rotating around how you become a better dentist as a person, as a profession. Why are SMART goals necessary and important? One, the SMART goal provides you direction in the short term and long term as you navigate through your efforts, your initiative, or the business. It also helps you to help the team create effective objectives. If you have a SMART goal, then your team will be able to work in unison with a unifying objectives that create an impact in your initiative. It defines you, it helps you to define the priorities that are needed for a particular year or a particular period or a particular project or an event that you would want to do. It is so motivating to the team. It helps the team to remain focused and gives the team the comfort zone and the actions that they need to take to ensure they are meeting the goal that has been set forth in the beginning of our initiative. It also brings the feelings of satisfaction when meeting the deadlines, because as you set your goal, you are also planning the timeline and you're looking for how you will accomplish this SMART goal. So the satisfaction that comes along with one step at a time success or accomplishment, this enriches your satisfaction and gives you the mileage and a sense that you are actually doing it the way you had planned it. It facilitates the time management because when you have a smart goal and you're having a time bound, then you keep the focus. You want to accomplish this within a period of time and you remain at that. Smart goals also helps you and I, or the organization, the companies, the businesses to save time due to goal-oriented activities that are brought forth in that. If I do not have the goal, the smart goal, and I'm not looking at getting that results as pertain my initiative, then I spend a lot of time doing one thing and leaves a lot of time not focusing on the other aspects of the project or the business, and also being there to create the sense of being on the right track because you have the measuring you have the yardsticks or the progress. You are able to measure how you're succeeding in your implementation. It helps the team to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses that the team is having in the process of implementing a particular goal that they are looking forward. If your goal is to increase the profitability of the business in a particular year, and you have said that this year I would like to increase my profitability maybe by 20%, and looking at the previous year portfolio and you developing a strategy, marketing department is doing their part, the sales team, the back end officers are doing the right thing, then you have a definite point of seeing where the weaknesses are. Are the team not making it because the marketing team are not doing the right part? Or are the team not making it because the back end team are not doing the real branding for the company products? It helps you know to find that critical areas that you need to improve in your operation. And so we need to do the SMART goal. And as we look through the acronyms of a SMART goal in its entirety, we are looking at this being specific, which provides the detailed elimination of a general goal that you have set. Like, I want to make profitability, but how do I increase my profitability as a business without being very specific? How will I make the profitability increase in this particular year? It must have the matrix to determine whether a goal will be attained or the way you are going to track your progress. So measurability is very key, and attainability that comes with the letter M. Goals has to be realistic, and skills and resources that are available for your entity, for your project, for whatever initiative that you are bringing forth. Might be your NGO, might be your business, might be a one-time event, but it has to be attainable. Then the goal should be consistent and making sense within the team, the business, and the organization itself. So it must be relevant and realistic in that sense. And it must have really a time bound that within this period, I should have attained this, and now you have to define that time period within your SMART goals. The letter S, we talked about being very specific, and being very specific in the SMART goal means you're answering the 6 W's: the who, the which, the why, when, where, and what you're going to be doing. As I mentioned, this brings you the comfort of making sure whatever you're doing is actually aligning to what you would want to achieve. So this comes with, it is number one, being very specific with your vision, what you want to do within your entity. Because specific goals helps you define the outcome and gives you the clear direction on where you are, how you're going to achieve it. Specific goals should be clear to anyone with the basic knowledge of the project or the business or the initiative that you're having. For example, I want to increase or lose my weight. How will I lose my weight? I have to make sure I'm being very definitive in the way I'm going to lose that weight. So as I said, it must be very specific. It should provide enough details and should be a summary or a synopsis of what you are entailing to do. If a reader reads your SMART goal, should be in position to tell what the end results of your project, your initiative will be. So having answered the 6 W's, and let's look at this example. Somebody giving a as a goal of losing weight. Everybody wants to lose weight, but how will they lose the weight? If I make my goal as only losing weight, then it is not smart enough. I should make it in a way that I will look into how will I lose this weight? How many weights am I looking forward to lose? And within which period? You know, how will I do it to make sure I achieve that? So a better example for this person who is going to whose goal is to lose weight would be, I will lose 5 kilograms by end of June 2025 by reducing sugar intake from my dietary and walking about 10,000 steps a day. So, you know, I am having when I want to achieve this goal, how much I want to achieve it, and what the measures, what I will be doing. So if today I've walked only 5,000, that means by June 2020, by June 1st, 2025, I'm not able to meet my goal. And if by June 2025, I have not lost 5 kgs, I will not say I've met my goal. If I exceeded the 5 kg and lost maybe 6 kgs, I will say I have met my goal by losing the surpassing my goal by losing 6 kgs of my weight by June 2025. Let's look at the measurability. A measured goal should be known, and the goal should be obtainable, and how far you will complete the goal should be very defined. Know when it has to be achieved, identify the measurements and the instruments to be used, and be able to determine. This should answer the question of how much resources, time, etc. is needed to accomplish the goal. How many team members or days are needed to achieve that specific goal? How will we as a team or as a project management committee, or when will we achieve this? So back to our example of losing weight, you see that the measurability here is looking at the 5 kgs. And the matrix we are looking forward on how to achieve it is the 10,000 steps that we have to be doing every day in order to lose the 5 kg. And the achievability, the attainability of the SMART goal itself. It should be agreeable with all the stakeholders. If you as an individual has chosen to lose 5 kgs of weight, is it attainable? Is it agreeable? Can we all achieve it? Is it achievable? Is it very clear? Is it defined? Are there steps that will guide us to reach there? If it is not there, then we have our goal is not SMART. So for achievability or attainability in this example of losing weight is the 5 kilometers. So we are convinced that if we walk 10,000 steps a day and reduce on the sugar from our dietary, then we will be able to achieve the 5 kilograms of our weight. Is this goal result-oriented? Will it be achievable? Is it even relevant? Or is it realistic for the team? Let's forget about the example of losing weight first. we're looking at increasing our market share and penetrating a competitor as a new product in the market. How are we going to look at the reliability of our product? How are we going to get the results as a new product entering the market? So we must look at the relevancy of our SMART goal and what we and that goal we want to achieve. Does this idea seem worthy for everyone in the team? Is this goal aligned with the overall objectives of the company, of the organization? Is it what will bring us more credibility in the open share market? Are there other stakeholders who are willing to work towards achieving this goal? Or the goal is for a small folk of people within the organization, or only with the team, or some individuals? So if the large majority of the team are not seeing the sense or not buying in onto the achievability or the result-oriented focus of the goal, then there's a problem. We need to redefine it. Who is the main person handling this particular goal? Is it the marketing department? Is it the management team? Or the branding team? Or the production team? Who is this, or which department is going to handle this to make sure we are getting the results that we are looking forward to achieve at the end of the day? Who are the support system, the support people within the team? Who are these goal changers, the bold, brave, and brilliant members within the team that will make us be the change makers in achieving this goal? What are the urgency needs? What are some of these needs that are urgently needed to ensure that perhaps the branding team do their part, the marketing team do their part? What are these parameters or the nitty-gritties that we need to put in place to ensure we are reaching our goal? The goal must align with the results expected, because if the results is to lose weight, then the other aspect of the goal should be aligning to lose weight. Remember our example? Somebody put a poor example of, I will lose weight, and that is the focus. And most of us do make those blanket, goals, generic goals. I will lose weight. But what is the relevance here? What are the support systems that will be measured at the end of the day? The relevance or the result-oriented focus is losing 5 kg of my weight at the end of June 2025. So I must focus on losing weight and those steps to getting me there. What will be the time for me to accomplish this goal as a smart person or a smart management team? A time-bound goal should have a specific date, which should be set forward and should be achievable. It should have appropriate time to focus on the performance and on the target. I cannot say I will lose weight within 5 months. I wouldn't be very realistic here. The time bound of 5 months cannot allow me to achieve losing 5 kgs of weight. So I am giving myself a duration of about 12 months and walking 10,000 a day. And if I walk 10,000 a day, I'm actually moving towards achieving that goal. And as I start to continue to measure how I am progressing in the 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th month, or the 3rd quarter, I'm looking at the coverage of what I have done and answering the question of when is the deadline, when is the first milestone, second, and so forth coming through. Am I winning? Am I succeeding? Am I reaching out to my goal? What can the team do today to move closer to the deadline? And how are we going to improve if I have identified that we are moving, but we are moving at a slow pace and the deadline might hit when we have not achieved much? What are these dynamics that I need to put in place to make sure I'm working within the time bound? So the focus is losing weight by June 1st, 2025. Having covered that SMART goal aspects and how we deal with them, Elon Musk stated in his comment, he said, people work better when they know what the goal is and why. So it is important that people look forward towards coming to work in the morning and enjoying the work because they know they're going to make a result at the end of the day. So how do I get the goal-based strategic planning process into the process of getting my SMART goal to the niche that I want to have the company achieve? So you start by defining the goal itself, go into the gap analysis, looking at into the nitty-gritties of the business and the initiative or the focus of what the solutions you want to create within the community. Identify the key strategies you will be using and look into the action points by identifying the key strategies on the gap analyze, looking into the goals that you have defined and start to develop the action timeline. And as you develop the action timeline, you're aligning it with the action plan, you're aligning it with the strategies, and you're aligning it with the gap and the definition, the goals that you have already defined. And after that, you know that in your goals, you have the matrix to use in how to measure them. So you have to look into that in your timeline, by what time or by which period will I achieve this this goal and the expected results period. So when you have all these elements in place, then eventually you'll have the SMART goal and you'll enjoy that you have put a very definitive SMART goal that every reader or everybody reads and get to know that this is what the company wants to achieve, what the organization wants to achieve. So let's look at a very most important part of this conversation. Now, writing or creating the SMART goal. It starts with your mind. The mind brings, after observing the problem within your community, the mind brings something to you and starts to develop some goals. So you have to write those goals that you're thinking about, that the mind is having, write them down. Then go into the specifics. What are the concrete steps of the plan that you want to put in place to ensure that that goal that is running in your mind that you have written down is specific? Who is needed to carry out the goal? How are you going to prioritize these objectives comparing to others that you have? How are you going to measure it? What data is needed? Where will the data be located and how will it be accessed? What are the reasonable milestones that you're looking forward to accomplish? How will it be known that the objectives has been met to you? So you develop those metrics that will help you get to know that the objectives are met. You answer the question of achievability. What are the steps needed to achieve these objectives that I have put in place? Is this objective realistic compared to the past performance of my business or my product that I'm trying to market again, or the initiative that I'm trying to create? What are some of the external and internal factors that could prevent these objectives from being achieved? So you need to focus and define all that in your SMART goal, keeping focus on the relevancy of your SMART goal. Why is this goal now, not yesterday, not waiting for tomorrow? Why should I have it to be done now? Who are the right persons to pursue this goal at this moment? How will this goal advance long-term strategy of my initiative, of my organization, of my business, of my project, of my events? You know, is this goal achievable? What is the time frame? What is the longest and the shortest possible time to achieve this goal? When and how to check the progress? Because, if you put a goal of 6 months, sometimes it will be hard to achieve. You put 12 months, you're looking at the requirements, the resources, the personnel, all that, and you find that you cannot achieve within 12 months. So you keep focused and try to look at the time bound if it is in line and giving you the prerequisite time, that duration that will help you achieve the goal. So having asked yourself all these questions of the time bound, you look into your SMART goal and revise, try to review what have been written, craft a new goal statement based on what you have drafted in those. Remember, you're in the process of creating a SMART goal. So on that, you will answer the questions of, is it the right time now? Will it be achievable? Is it realistic? So look at your SMART goal. If it answers all these questions, then you will agree with it and say, okay, I think all these elements have been captured in my questions. I mean, in my SMART goal. So if you have questions, kindly keep putting them on the Q&A section, and I will be getting into those questions and responding to them. So as I draw closer to our webinar today, I want us to have a simple exercise. And this exercise, you will put it on the chat room. This is our original goal, and I want us to improve this goal. I will increase parents and community understanding of students' growth by leading 3 information sessions by end of the 2024-2025 school year. I'm assuming this goal is not really realistic. It's not smart enough. So I want us to improve on this goal and giving you a few minutes to think about how you can realign this goal to make it smart and improve on it. And you can use the chat room to put those your moderate or modified or improved version of the SMART goal, of this goal that you're seeing on your screen. And I will be taking a few moments to look into them and see how you have come up with the new goal out of this original goal. Take some time and text me, and I see how you have developed it. I'll give you about 3 minutes or 5 minutes to think about it. And I should be in position to go through what you have drafted and then give you the revised version of this goal. So 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes remaining, then we will get the other version. Be dropping your message here. I'll be seeing your examples as a copy of your revision on this exercise. I will increase parents and community understanding of students' growth by leading 3 information sessions by end of the 2024-2025 school year. Yes, let me see somebody's answer here. Waiting. Yes. Somebody wants to answer live? Okay. So let's look at what other examples are here, and we see what members have posted. All right, let's look at how this goal should have been as a SMART goal. For this example, I will increase 200 parents' understanding of students' academic growth by leading 3 information sessions in August 2024, and participants will be asked to complete an exit survey to assess their understanding. You will see that where the goal is to reach out to 200 parents, and the specific reasons is making them understand the academic growth of the students. And how will I do it? 3 sessions will be held, information sessions will be held, and by August, this should have been done. And how will I gauge whether these parents have understood the students' academic growth? By making them fill a survey, an exit survey to assess their understanding. So if you have any question or you feel this should have been otherwise, you can drop it. You can still drop it in our chat room. Then I will definitely read through that comment of yours. So let's look at the final piece of our conversation this wonderful day. SMART goal, SMART goal, SMART goal. SMART goals are effective tools that you and I and every organization should maximize to increase the efficiency and profitability of their productivity or the initiatives or the projects or the businesses. SMART goal will help you, give you a clear direction to long-term goals, short-term goals, progress, and prioritizing the most critical aspect of your success in your initiative, in your organization, in your business, in the event you're planning. It will give the team opportunity to be better focused on the broader picture of what they want to achieve, not losing themselves in a day-to-day activity without, remaining focused. And SMART goal will keep you focused, give you a better focus on what you're doing, the motivation, the productivity, and in turn set the base for increasing the financial position of your company, of your organization, of your initiative, of the project, and along with non-financial indicators. As the productivity increases, the non-financial indicators will be the influx of the people buying in into your product, buying in into your services, buying in into what you offer to the community in a positive direction. So if there is any question, I will take. And if there is no any other question in regards to the SMART goal, then we'll say thank you to you. So I will give you 5-10 minutes to ask you questions. You can use the Q&A section or the chat room directly and raise your question regarding the SMART goal. If you have any question, kindly send it in the chat room or the Q&A section, then I should be in position to respond to it. Or where you have not understood in the SMART goal, or the areas that perhaps challenges you while developing a SMART goal. For some of you who have applied or applying for the community development grants in this application cycle, and haven't yet submitted your application, I know this is very important part of it, and we can still go back and review it since the deadline is still 3 days away. So you can still do that. Okay, someone asked, thank you very much, sir. How will you link your SMART goals to your objectives? How will you link your SMART goal to your objectives? Remember, the key aspect of what you're going to do is aligning. I mean, the goal is to lose weight, but how will you lose weight? The objectives of how you're going to lose weight should be aligning to what will enable you, the steps, because the objectives of the SMART goal should be aligning with the main goal that you want to achieve. You cannot say you're going to lose weight, but in your objective of how you're going to, on the areas, the aspects that you're going to lose weight is talking about increasing your dietary. You know, when increasing your dietary is part of the objective that will lead you to achieving the weight loss, then your objectives will not be aligning to the goal. So the objective one for this particular example of losing weight is reducing on the sugar. That is objective number one. Objective number two is walking 10,000 kilometers a day. Objective number three could be jogging as well to lose your weight. Objective number four could be going into the gym, exercise, as opposed to just sitting, change of diet. That will not be aligning. So everything should be amounting to and developing and giving impact into your main goal, into your SMART goal. I hope this makes sense to you, Bona Thomas. Thank you for asking. Somebody else, thank you for the information. This has been clear. Thank you very much. I'd love to hear more feedback from you. If you have any question, I will be glad to respond to them. Yes, thank you very much for asking those questions, and thank you for appreciating the information. I hope it helps you redefine your goal as you move towards submitting your grants application in this application cycle, or even as you plan in redefining your goal for the business or academic studies, you know. Yes, if there is another question, I'll take one or two, then I will bring an end to this session. And I want to thank you for participating in this session today, in this webinar. And watch out for our next webinar on starting with sustainability, which is coming up in our next series of the CDG learning series. So we'll be tackling sustainability in our next webinar, starting with sustainability. Today we have looked at creating a SMART goal, how we generate a SMART goal, and how we go about creating the SMART goal. And I've been used the Community Development Grants Coordinator, taking you through this webinar today. And I want to thank you for being a very good audience and asking questions and knowing that this has benefited you as an individual and as a team, and will be trickling down to your team as well. Let